Hey, if something happens, look at this. If something happens to her, it's all on you, okay?
John Tate, Sheriff of Holmes County's response to the man that he pulled over when he was driving his wife to the hospital who was having labor pains. This is what Sheriff John Tate claims happened. On Saturday, July 1st, 2023, Sheriff John Tate was traveling southbound on Highway 79 near Esto when a white dually truck with no tag pulled up and went around him at a high rate of speed. The truck passed Sheriff Tate's vehicle in a no-passing zone, double yellow lines, on a hill with oncoming traffic. Listen to this. The truck ran Sheriff Tate's vehicle off the road and nearly clipped the vehicle in front of him, which was driven by Sheriff Tate's 16-year-old son. Sheriff Tate initiated a traffic stop on the truck. The driver told the Sheriff Tate his wife was 23 weeks pregnant and having pains, and that he was trying to get her to the hospital. Sheriff Tate offered to have EMS en route with an ambulance to take her safely the rest of the way to the hospital. The man refused, began cussing at Sheriff Tate, and told him he could meet him at the hospital. Sheriff Tate followed the truck from south of Esto, observing the driver passing multiple vehicles in no passing zones and running other vehicles off the road while reaching speeds of 100 miles an hour. Upon entering Boniface, Sheriff Tate observed the truck run a red light, nearly causing an accident at the intersection. The truck, followed by Sheriff Tate, arrived at the hospital, at which time the driver escorted his pregnant wife inside. When he came back out, Sheriff Tate attempted to talk to him about the situation, but the man continued yelling and cussing at him. Sheriff Tate also noticed two young children in the back seat of the vehicle. Multiple citations were issued to the driver for the infractions that occurred during the drive from Esto to Boniface, and he was free to go. According to a Facebook update from the driver's wife, she was not in labor, rather having an issue with her magnesium levels. We are glad to hear she did not enter preterm labor as the driver feared. While we understand there's sometimes emergencies happen, it is still a person's responsibility to drive safely and not endanger other motorists on the roadway. Now get this. He is very, very concerned about his girlfriend being in the truck with him. And he was concerned because his 16-year-old son was driving in front of him. And supposedly, the man driving his wife to the hospital was a danger and a threat. Now, I don't believe John Tate has a body camera. I don't believe John Tate's vehicle has a camera in it. I'm not sure. I don't believe they do. Not all of them anyway. And so something isn't right. How come John Tate's son is more important than, I don't know, Danielle's son that had the hell beat out of him by John Tate's friend Jesse Brown and his friend Russell McNeil? Jesse Brown being a correctional officer at John Tate's jail. Russell McNeil having been a school resource officer working under John Tate. I'm trying to make this make sense. How come John Tate's 16-year-old son matters, but Miss Crystal Owens's black missing son kidnapped by murderers did not matter? But Mr. John Tate had to respond to that horrible, irrational video published because Mr. John Tate, Sheriff of Holmes County, would never, ever, ever give a damn about your children, but he cares about his own. I said what I said.